Welcome back, friends. So we finally have some good weather, we finally have some time, and guess what that means? That's right, part 2 of our Power WatchDog install. Well, part 1 of our install, number 2 video. All right, stay with us. We're going to get this bay cleaned out, and I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do here today. A lot of screws in this wall. All right, now we got this wall loose. Let's see what we have to do to get everything out of it. So, hose clamp here, some wires here. Well, that's terrible. And that there. Okay. Let's see what we can do to get this piece of wood out of here. All right, so we got all the accessories off, the light, the power outlet, and the sweeper, the mobile vac. So let's go ahead and pull this wood out. This is a OSB sheathing, it looks like. This is what we'll be cutting to flush mount the power surge protector somewhere in this area right here. So, wasn't hard, but we did have to cut and splice a few wires, but that'll be on the reinstall. But so it wasn't too bad getting this out. Here we go. Here's the meat and potatoes of the entire rig. This is the one piece of wood that I seen that we're going to screw half of the surge protector through. Then we're going to build another bracket to screw the other half on. And so this is only about 4 or 5 inches, which is exactly perfect for the surge protector sticking through the panel of the wall, which goes right here. So let me get some of this cleaned up and some of these wires out of the way, and then we'll see about building a new piece here. All right, guys, so we're back inside the rig here at our main control panel, and as I suspected, we will have to pull the original wires out of the back of this. Now, I'm no electrician, but I know enough to shut the power off. I turned the batteries off, shut the power off, I shut the main breaker off here, and I'm going to go ahead and shut all the breakers off just to be safe. I do believe all the electric's off, so we can get in here and look through this panel and see what kind of wiring we got. There's the panel cover. So I did look from behind, and I can see that this black wire, this red wire, and this white wire, and this bare copper wire back here are the 4 wires that we have. So I'm going to take a picture of this and make sure I put everything back the way it is with the new extension piece. I went to Lowe's and bought a new piece of wire. I bought a 6'3" wire, so hopefully that's the same size. I believe it is, but we'll know more when we get this out of here. There's our 4 wires. Now, what we need to do is get that thing out of the way. I guess let's take this panel out and unscrew from back there so we can pull the wire through. There's your main fuse panel. And the main wire coming out of it it's this one right here. So I need to know how to get this out. You would think it'd be easier to get that out. And then it's making itself out to be here. Let's see here. Just like that. So this is what's going to get plugged into the inside, or to the in portion of the surge protector, which comes directly from the power pedestal via your 50 amp cable. And the new piece I bought will come from the out portion of it and feed directly back into your panel here. So it looks like it's a big deal, but it's really not. We're not doing anything else with this panel. So let's go ahead and get this cable fed back into the underneath bay and work on getting our surge protector mounted. All right, we're back here in the basement of the rig. So this is gonna make a lot more sense now once you see what I'm doing here. So I'm just pulling this whole bundle of wire out and pulling this out of it. And there we go. And that feeds directly from the plug-in on the side of the rig for your 50 amp cable. So that's what's going to go here, which is going to be mounted here. Our surge protector is going to be mounted here. And we'll go from there. So Michelle brought up a good question just now. Why did I have to pull this out? Well, that original wire coming from the plug of the rig isn't long enough to splice it where I want to mount the surge protector. Like I said, I like to make things complicated, but I also like to make them epic. So that's the reason I bought this extension piece from Lowe's. And once I get this all put together, you guys will understand why.
What are you doing?
All right, so I'm just peeling back the sheathing so we can expose the wires. So this wire that I just bought, red, black, and white, with a bare copper, is the exact same as this wire. So I did get lucky and got the right thing the first time. Doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't.
All right. So let me get these stripped, and then we'll get the panel back together, and then that way we'll just work on the outside.
Okay.
All right, folks, we're going to put this back through there and get that panel back together so we can get that buttoned up. And then that contains our work just to the basement. So, Michelle, if you want to go inside, and I'll feed this through to you from the basement.
Ow.
Good?
Yep.
All right, guys, so here we go. We got the power cable, the new one, ran back into the rig. And, ow. Oh, that was just my carpal tunnel acting up. I thought I got shocked. Don't laugh at me. Put that back in. Let's put this sucker back in here. Like so. And this time I got smart and I brought my drill in. Okay, guys. Now all we have to do is connect these back to where they belong, exactly the way we took them out. Like fingernails on a chalkboard.
Supposed to make noise.
All right, guys. So working with this grade of wire is actually pretty difficult. As you see, I'm sweating. It's a pretty nice day out, but still. I believe this is good. We're going to leave this panel off until we test it, but I think this is buttoned up. All right, guys, here we go. Power WatchDog, hardwired version, 50 amp. Here's the idea. So the panel, the wall goes right here. So it's about 5 inches from this piece of wood. So and we have about a 5-inch standoff right here. My thought is I'm going to screw this side to here, and I'm going to build a 2x4 on this side, and then when we put that panel back up, only the face will be shown into the bay, into the basement. So I have my new cable that we just ran from the panel inside goes here, and then we have the original cable from the plug on the outside of the rig that goes here. Obviously I'm going to tie it up and make it look nice, but that's the idea. I'm pretty sure once we get that wall back, only about a ½ inch of this surge protector will be sticking out, and we can see it, and it'll be nearly flush mounted. So wish me luck.
He's gonna need it.
All right guys, so we just found this old 2x4 laying around. It doesn't have to be pretty. In fact, it's pretty bowed right now, but it doesn't have to be pretty. It's going to be behind the wall in the rig. We didn't have to go out and buy it. That's the big thing. So it's just something old that was laying around, and we're repurposing it. So let's get this cut. All right, safety first. Of course, these are just sunglasses, but better than nothing. Yes, I do have a pair of safety glasses. I just don't know where they are.
Safety first.
I didn't have the depth set low enough. My bad. I'm gonna try this again. So I hope this is starting to make more sense now as we get further along into this. This is how it's going to be. So now I just got to cut some more pieces to align this board. So it's we screw to this. I don't think it'll go anywhere.
Now what are you doing?
Oh, sorry. So now I'm just measuring our
stabilizing pieces?
Our side pieces to make our little wall there. So trust me, this ain't going to be perfect. I'm not even using a level. I'm just using, or I'm in a straight edge. I'm really just kind of just winging it. It's kind of what I do. And there's one. I think we're going to do 3. Well, if that ain't close enough for government work, I don't know what is. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pre-drill this because I'm using some pretty long and thick screws. And I have 7 screws, and I need at least 6 of them. So we are going to pre-drill just to make sure we get it right the first time. So yes, I am doing one at a time here because I want this piece to be solid before I go screwing the rest of them in. So let's just see how this works. Okay. First one in. All right. I'll make a little mess. We'll get that cleaned up. All right, guys, so we got the bracket finally built, and as you can see, we're coming along here. That sucker's going to mount right there. That wood's going to come up right here, that wooden wall, and we're just going to cut that out. So what I'm going to do now is just do 1 toenail into the bottom here, and that should really get us a good and secure frame. There we go.
So what are you doing now?
All right, so now we're going to actually mount the surge protector. That ain't going anywhere. All right, folks. There's the idea. Got my inlet coming into the end here. I have my outlet coming out, going to the power box here. And now it's time to put the false wall or that wall back in and trace around this. That's before we hook all this back up. All right, here we go. I've got it outlined, the surge protector, so I think once we get this cut, we'll be able to fit it up there and be completely flush mounted. That's the idea anyway.
Where's your glasses?
Oh, get my safety glasses. Safety first. All right, guys, there we go. Sorry we couldn't get it on film, but Michelle had to help hold the board and cut it, and took a couple of fits and recuts and fits and recuts to get it right, which is not perfect, but by God, that's the idea. It was right there. Perfect for government work. Let's get this back up and get the board installed and see what it looks like. All right, there we go. Flush mounted it. Looks damn near perfect, if you ask me. Of course, I'm a little biased. I did it. Me and Michelle did it. I think it works just fine. It keeps this board solid. All right, let's get it hooked up and see if it works. All right, guys, tell me something. At what point during an installation of a product do you actually look at the instructions? Because I didn't need them until now. I'm gonna wire this sucker up. And I wasn't sure which way the wires went. All this says is line 1, line 2, ground, and neutral. But I don't know what those are here. But I found this piece of paper, and it tells you green, red, white, and black. So I'm assuming this green one here is your ground. The white one's neutral. Yep, black is your line 1, and red is your line 2. So it's going to go something like that. You ready?
Yeah.
Moment of truth.
Ah, come on. Holy shit. Yeah.
Dang, son. Look at that. That's awesome. That's going to look good flush mounted like that. See, I told you, epic.
And it was the first time you did it correct.
First time. First time. I can't wait to get the app up and running to see what it says. It's going to be awesome. Here we go. I think it worked. Turned all the breakers on. Let's see now. Still white, so that's good. You know what's best? That's going to make an epic nightlight down there. It'll be on all the time. It'll be sweet. That's awesome. I love it.
Sleep down there since it's a nightlight for you?
Maybe. It might be my doghouse. So. Caribou Dave said that's a nice man cave. So that's what that is. That's my man cave.
You got your watchdog in your doghouse.
Yeah, my watchdog in my doghouse. So far, so good.
All right. Now we get cleaned up.
Cleaned up. Let's get that panel back on and put back together, and let's see the final result. All right, guys, there you have it. See, totally epic, something different. I did it the hard way, and we did it in an afternoon, all the way to taking out this wall and building a new bracket for the surge protector to fit on. So totally epic. It looks really good. You can look right in here now. Flush mounted, bulldog face. That's cool. Really like that. So there you go. Out of a 10, I bet this was an 8, 9.
Dude, I was scared.
But we got it done.
And you didn't screw anything up or have to go to the Home Depot twice.
Or the hospital, so that's the plus. So anyway, there you have it. I want to thank Jerry again at Happy Place Diaries. Really got us motivated to get this done. And stick around and remember, this is our life.
You do you. You want a pen?
No. Don't do it. Don't do it. That ain't going anywhere. Oh!
What the fuck was that?
You ever seen that?
No.
Oh my God.
What is that?
It's where the dads go, that ain't going anywhere. So people are starting like, don't do it. Don't do it. That ain't going anywhere. And they're like, oh. You just ruined that whole bit.
There's editing.
Just ruined that whole bit. That would have been a good one.